Nina gonna be first up over for the team one for the Paladin as well, Isai and Enter. Although we might have to separate these Paladins a little bit next match. Tricks on that team as well as Whisper. Actually, we got a whole crusade in here, except we got a blasphemy among them in the ranks. But it's literally like a holy Paladin crusade right now with Priest of Pallies rocking forward. Pikachu gonna be first one up over on team 2. Got himself full affliction build. He's going to be immediate Hodge by Nina, going in for big damage off the bat. Not playing the Crusade. Looks like all of you guys have rotated out of Crusade. Only Anto's the last one leaving on the Crusade to try to keep himself a big one-shot going. Pikachu with full dots. Is going to be Nina actually removing some of those dots with judgments, but it still has a lot of damage they're taking right now. Pikachu trying to go for a bit of damage of his own. Nina made us on the bubble. There goes the Spell Warden. Spell Warden doesn't remove all the dots, does it? It just kind of keeps them on you, but like they don't do anything. So technically for Pikachu, he still has big dots onto Nina. Once the Spell Warden falls off, maybe there'll be continuous damage, but Nina is dispelling all these dots one after the other with every single judgment wall for the Warlock, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of damage. There's going to be a UA right after Drain Life to fall, looking for a bit of that recovery, especially if he has himself. There it goes. I was going to say, especially if he's got himself that one setup with the Soul Burn Drain. That will give him quite a bit of a shield. And those dots are actually burning down Nina pretty heavily. He needs to go for judgments to just pull him little by little. Remove him one by one. Whoa! I'm sorry, what? Was that a UA that just nuked you? I'm sorry, huh? That kind of came out of left field. Pikachu just blasted you out. I don't even know what happened. I think that was a judgment, UA dispel, right? Big Void Torrent onto the Warlock, trying to see if he can maybe fight this, but Whisper is using the line of sight in order to get in and out. Where the Warlock goes in for Drain onto the pet, is able to get himself at least a little bit of a shield before he charges out a Whisper. There is Tentacles right around the corner, trying to see if he can wait him out a little bit. And the Warlock really wants to get this Shadow Priest out in the open, wants to get the dots up and running, especially with the curses, which he won't be able to remove all that easily. For Whisper, he really doesn't want to get hit by the UA to begin with at all. Stun, Whisper trying to have himself a go. Mind gives out a Pikachu, got himself a full fear, but that's going to be a Bolt fearing him out in the open. Pikachu needs some kind of survivability, does show up for the Drain into his shield. Whisper does have dots still rolling on him. Eventually, I think he maybe just dies. Sanity to follow, got himself a Void Torrent, but just breaks it immediately. There goes Soul Rod. I don't know if Pikachu can maybe get himself a Soul Rod in one of the tentacles in order to like cleave it off of Whisper. Fear onto Whisper, finally got full dots. Wait, is this where Pikachu just goes to take him out? Disperse to follow Whisper is gonna be able to dampen some of this damage, but eventually dampen is gonna fall off. The dots are absolutely eating right through him. The man doesn't really have much left here. Poor for Pikachu, does get him a stun. Whisper, I think it's just dead, unless you can just start healing himself right now. It does have the Aegis going back in. Pikachu just refreshing all these dots. Drain Soul to follow. What is this duel? Pikachu and Whisper just played against each other for so long. We're 10 minutes into the match. That was so long. Eventually he won, but I don't really know what Whisper was trying to do there. Honestly, Mordecai into Holy Saiyan. Pikachu got nothing left. He's trying to see if he can live this. Portal available. Does some Dark Pack very, very soon. Fear into Holy Saiyan as the manager's going to blast out Trinkets after that one. What happened? What was that duel between the Warlock and the Shadow Priest, by the way? Warlock is going to be up next. I might have to give you a bit better name. Call it Warlock for short. I like him Mog, by the way. I like the helm too. Holy Side, just trying to see if we can avoid the dots. That is going to be a Destruction Warlock. As long as you can find a way to counteract the Infernal and the massive spam of Chaos Bolts, I think you'll be golden. But also the portals. If he's playing the portals, I think he'll be in a good spot. Big damage to the lock, and the man is just not feeling all that good. Immediate port right now. Does he play Portal build or does he play like a Chaos Bolt build? He may be a Chaos Bolter guy. I'm not seeing a single portal. I feel like normally we would have seen a couple of them from Warlocks, unless he's holding them out for a little bit later. Got him some big damage on the Holy, and that's going to be incinerated back to back. Maybe Reflect. Mordecai. You definitely need some in Mordecai last second, but he's got no health whatsoever. Just conflagrating the guy. Big portal to try to see if he can reposition. He got himself the maximum range, but I don't really know if he can go for big damage. Chaos Bolt 1, Chaos Bolt 2. I think he's a Bolter Lock. 2 bolts did a bit of damage, but not enough to break the Holy Saya. Got himself shield together with the Battle Master's Trinket. He's doing okay. Forbeard charging up versus Holy Saya. As the man got himself security against stuns early on from the Forbeard, trying to see if he can keep him on that consecration as best as possible. Maybe for the slows. I think maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe for the slows. Trinkets out, trying to keep Forbeard out of arm's reach, but trying to make sure that the Dwarven legs do not reach the guy whatsoever. Stun to follow, final wreck. Holy Saya is playing normal wings. He's not playing the big go wings, but trying to see if he can blast out Forbeard here and there with a bit of damage. Blind to follow, trying to see if he can find himself a little bit of a range around the pillar. But if Forbeard, as long as he doesn't take damage for a bit, as long as he doesn't walk into consecration, he would get himself at least a little bit of survivability with a second win, but he better be very, very careful with the ground that he stands on. Holy Saya does have everything for this one. Shield defense is ready. Final wreck maybe. It's going to be Wake of Ashes. Forkbeard with full cooldown. Spear down into Holy Side. Does bubble out of it. Unless Forkbeard has himself a shatter, there isn't much he can do. He's throwing everything at the guy, but doesn't realize that it's the bubble, not a Shield of Vengeance. Trying to see if he can fight through, but there's only so much he can really do. And it looks like it's going to be either Venami, maybe not Venami. It looks like it is going to be Hunt. Why do we got a guy named Warlolock and now Hunt? What is that? How did that happen? How did we turn out like this? Holy Saya thinks he's maybe fighting the Warlock or the Demon Hunter, but I think he realizes that he isn't. Grifka as a hunter, try to see if he can get himself a sniper shot around the corner. Almost got one. Almost got one. Does go for the death shotgun, but maybe a little bit too early. Holy Saya, he's just gonna chill with that shotgun, take the damage to the face. But he's gonna try to see if he can avoid it. His explosive shot is gonna hit him. Off of that death shotgun, that is gonna do quite a bit of damage. The volley also does a little bit of damage, not too much. Pet getting sent in, and if Grifka can find himself a better angle versus Holy, he may be in a good spot. Also, what is this animation? Why did you just moonwalk over to the left? What is this? Is that normal? I feel like it's broken. I feel like that didn't used to be a thing. Just get himself exposed shot as Holy Side trying to see if he can cover the distance down to Hunter. There's going to be immediate trinket turtle shell. Just try to see if you can deny any kind of damage at this high dampening. If you can deny the damage early on, I think you'll actually be in a better spot. Holy Side does have Blessing Protection, so you could maybe use it against the Hunter, but he could get it purged immediately. Question is too now, does Grifka on his Hunter, does he run Sentry? Because if it runs a Sentry Owl, he could hit behind the pillar. There would be no way for Holy Side to hide away from him. Got himself full wings. Try to see if he can maybe go for any kind of CC immunity with the Blessing of Sanct. This is going to be full stun onto a Hunt. Taking a lot of damage. Big templars back to back. Judgment sending him. It's going to be a trinket as the pet stun comes out. Going to be body shot to follow. Grifka, I don't think he has much left here right now. It's going to be one bit of damage. Holy Side silence for a second. Got himself a couple of good hits. Oh, and a big templars does end up taking him out at the end of the day. Venami is the Demon Hunter, last one left. No resource, no healing is going to be available. Try to go for a stun around the corner. Blind immediately by Holy. Does have Blessing of Protection, or rather Blessing of Spell Warden. Which one do you use against the Demon Hunter? Because they do both. They do chaos damage, but they also do physical damage. So it's either going to be magic or physical. Venami though just needs to find himself a good angle, get a proper stun into Holy Saya, and then have a proper go. They just don't need to take a lot of damage from the Paladin whatsoever. If they just go behind the pillar, they need to zoom over to the pillar of Holy Saya, maybe imprison into a stun, and then have himself full go, and I think they'll be golden. That's all they gotta do. For Holy Saya, he kind of wants to play this like hit and run strat. He wants to play it super, super long. Does go for a Blessing of Sanctified really, really early. Wake of Ashes around the corner. Try to see if he can hit Venami. I've been burning right through Holy Saya with a break, and that's going to be over for the Paladin. Does get hit with a stun immediately. It's going to be either next up Tricks or Answer, but for Venami, that's actually a pretty good situation. At least able to catch up a little bit of health of this high dampening. There isn't much you can really do. It's going to be Answer or Tricks. One of your boys got to go. It's super high dampening. You ain't healing nothing. It's extremely high dampening. Thanks to the group, thanks to the game from the what is it? It's the game from the Affliction Warlock and the Shadow Priest. Affliction Warlock did not want to play Ring Around the Roseate Hole. He just didn't want to do it. They were just not gonna run after the guy. That game is how we got super high dampening. Venami though, there's an opportunity for you to maybe turn this around. I don't know how you beat a Paladin. Does get hit with a stun. There's gonna be demons spawning in. You gotta get super aggressive, I think. Does pick up a little bit of healing from the demon. The soul barely recovers your health, but you gotta go for a hit and run. Wake of Ashes hitting through a wall does not feel great whatsoever. Definitely needs to go for a stun. Big damage streak out of Answer. Got himself the I-beam. Searing Glare interrupts it. Oh, what in second? Maybe Answer. Oh, interrupted and Holy and Venami just took it. Are you kidding me? What timing? Oh my goodness. Quick in the draw. Well done. Just needed to go for a quick kick. Wow. I like what Answer was trying to do, but man, Venami though is gonna have a hell of a match with Tricks. Just all these pets. You gotta finish off Tricks immediately. Does go in for the wall. There goes the demon form. It's gonna be a hunt right after, but if Fear is gonna lock it down. Axos yet again. All these pets around you. Darkness, last bastion of defense, but it doesn't even matter. Just Tricks overwhelms you entirely. Yeah, there's no way to win that. I guess the Demonology Warlock, there's no way. Holy Side picking up 4. I didn't even realize it. Well done. Cleaving through that team. The Demon Hunter catching that quick kill though. Just a deadly, deadly killer. My goodness. Let's get us another one going here, chat. Onomas, onomas.